Yo, it's Misha Dex and
your boy Keymon.
And we got some other little stragglers.
God damn, she's gonna do them like that.
I ain't gonna do them like that. We got my niece Olivia, aka TT, and my other niece Tyler, aka Gingeroni. Mind you, this is our thing. This is our thing. This is, say it again, girls.
This is our thing.
Right. We know Father's Day coming up, but we are the product of the Father, and this is our thing.
We get the gifts.
Whatever.
Right, we get the gifts.
Wow, here we go.
So you always say I jump straight in, so I'm going to give you the honors this time to kick us off this episode.
No, don't change nothing now when it's my week. You're supposed to be.
Y'all see how
this is my week.
This is my week. You gonna sit in front of my nieces?
Yeah, that you should start. You should
start. Definitely a special episode for me. Obviously having my girls here to kick off this Father's Day, our first episode, Father's Day, YB Negative episode, and again, super honored, just grateful that we have landed here as me being you guys' father and you guys being my daughter, and just curious to see how this conversation is gonna go. So.
Well, you already know me. I got some questions.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure.
Let's like you say, let's scale it back and let's start off basic. You know how you are, just basic. I'm playing.
Keep it moving.
When you guys think about, like, first of all, how old are you, Olivia?
I'm 13.
Okay, Tyler.
I'm 11.
Right. Y'all have to see this girl height. At this age, 13 and 11, what is something you feel like you've discovered about yourself that's related to like who your dad is?
I think for me, I take on a lot of his like personality, his like weird aspects, but also just how he is in general and how he's like very not open, but he's like he gives advice and he's very like helpful for me and like to me in my relationships with others, and he kind of sets an example for me on how to like communicate and do all these things with other people that I probably would not know if it wasn't for him.
You gonna cry? We gotta.
Now I'm about to start crying already. Go ahead.
Okay.
We might have to pause.
I'm out. Okay. So I think like over the years, like I've definitely grown to be a better person because one of him, because he has taught me stuff about like drama, boys, like kind of like to like keep it simple, keep it cool. Don't be disrespectful to somebody if they like the same person as you. And I think he's taught me to be very respectful when it comes to like talking to people, so I don't come off as a certain way.
So it sounds like it's safe to say that you two have discovered ways to maneuver in the world as positive beings. Like you talked about how you show up for friends because of your dad, and you're talking about, Tyler, how you know how to approach friendships, right? Even when it comes with conflict of having some of the same interests. So what is something that you feel like you've contributed to your dad?
My amazing energy.
You sure you don't get that from my son?
Contributed to you. You're a father. But go first.
Yeah, I'll go. Okay, so I think that I just like kind of bring on the vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like whenever he's like working, I like come in the room and I'm, what's up? do some ball jokes, but still be respectful with it, but you still do some ball jokes.
Well, he bald head, so that makes sense. What about you, Olivia?
How I contributed to my father? Yeah, I think the same thing, kind of just like, I don't know if this is true for you, but maybe like make you a better person, because from a lot of old people that their children make them a better person.
Pause. Old people.
Yes.
Who's the old people in the room?
People who were born before our generation.
No, I definitely feel that, and I think it for me in terms of just answering the question. I think yes, you guys have shaped me in a way that I try to mimic what I want you guys to grow up and deal with, right? Like the guys that you guys date, your interactions with your teachers and your like peers is because at the end of the day, I feel like I've always honored my word and how I move, and that has taken me to so many different places. That has allowed me into certain rooms that I would never have thought I would be able to enter if you walk around being impolite, empathetic, like not showing empathy and things of that nature. So I would just want you guys to know, as your dad, like I always move with intentions, even though you guys may not feel it in the moment, but you guys are always behind the driving force behind the way I move, right? Like in it may seem like we're distance apart because we are right. We're about an hour and a half commute away, but that will never ever stop me from showing up for you guys, right? So yeah, so the vibe, to be a different person, like it's all about energy, and as you guys continue to set these paths and go on these different paths and journeys, as you guys go into adulthood, like you guys are going to remember like yo, like it matters how you talk to people, it matters how you show up for yourself, it matters that you how intentional you are behind the way you operate. So just always keep that at the forefront.
Okay.
Wait.
So go for it. Look at her, she need a moment.
Period.
So now that we've asked a couple of questions, what do you want to say to your dad, or do you have any questions for your dad about? I know he just gave a breakdown of you guys' importance in his life and being a driving force. What about? Is there a question that is like either burning or something you wanted to know, and like this is the time?
I have a question, but I don't think this is the time.
Girl,
just
just say the
it.
question.
Just ask it.
No,
What's the question?
Ask it.
It's not the time.
Ask it.
No, it's not.
Ask. This is time. Again, we said there's no filter, there's no rule,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, with this conversation, we're gonna walk out even closer, right? And that's the whole meaning behind this. So don't, again, ask the question. Like this is raw moment we've had. This is probably our 20th episode that we've done between season 1, season 2. We have asked difficult questions to each other, so it's nothing to be
he be on my business.
mindful, shameful of. So go ahead, just ask it. Don't think about it. Just ask.
This is not the time.
Just ask it.
This is about you and my mom.
Okay,
Ask
it.
Why did you guys get divorced?
Oh,
Oh.
tough question. No, it's not a tough question. And I kind of knew that's where you were gonna go. So I don't know if people, if you said it loud enough, but the question is, why did me and her mom get divorced? And the straight and honest answer, I didn't know back then. I wasn't in the place of maturity. I let society kind of dictate how I moved, how I shift. Define what a man was supposed to do for the house. And so instead of sticking it out, I punked out, right? And ran. And the intentions behind that was that if I'm honest with her up front, versus trying to force a situation, because when you try to force a situation, then there's that comes with a whole nother different set of problems, right? That can be cheating, that can be it can be so many different things that will break the foundation that I knew that we can build coming back from me being honest with her and asking for a divorce, right? And so again, putting you guys at the forefront of my decision in terms of why I was so honest, why I was straightforward, because I knew in the moment um, that it will hurt the both of us, but I knew in the long run we will be able to build a stronger bond for you guys, because you cannot hate someone for being honest. And so that pretty much is the reason. Like I just wasn't mature enough. I just wasn't there mentally. This mindset, I feel like the mindset was always there, but didn't have the right mentors around me. Wasn't confident in myself. So there was a lot that played into that decision, and I remember it to this day. Waking up, having a conversation with your mom in the kitchen, and yeah, just going from there. So
Do you feel like you already knew the answer to that, or is it something like for the first time hearing it out?
First time hearing it. Before, I didn't want to know nothing about it. It was just like, I don't know, you still want to know nothing about it before, but now I'm like, okay, well, might as well ask, because
And I'm happy you did, because a lot of times we have this stigma that, and I'm not calling y'all kids, but kids should stay in a child's place and stay out of adult business. And I think the more me and your dad has done these episodes, we realize some of the harm that has happened growing up and not being included in conversations, let alone the room, right? To understand. And I think it's important that you know how brave that was, as much as you kind of had a resistance toward it. Like, this can only start conversations now moving forward that won't feel so heavy, because you deserve to know. And originally I didn't even want to sit in on this episode because I wanted the whole space for y'all, but I hope that it's okay for me to be here and help move our conversation along. And maybe you need that extra auntie strength to get through some of the questions and answers. But again, Olivia, I think that was very brave of you, and I hope that you feel a sign of relief or feel something that feels better. I don't want to label what you feel, but whatever you're feeling, I hope it is a feel good, not a feel bad.
yeah.
What about you, Tyler? Do you have any questions or any thoughts?
I feel like asking my mom when I was younger was like, she answered kind of like vague, like it was kind of like blurry, and it wasn't really like I didn't really understand it, because like I was still like a child. I was still like growing into
She's still
like
a child. Okay.
okay, but
Yeah.
like I'm growing
Yeah.
into like an older child.
Yeah.
So like hearing it now, I'm kind of I get it more than if I asked like when I was a lot younger, because I would kind of be like, oh, that's not like that's oh.
Yeah.
But I feel like that now I definitely understand.
Do you have a question for me?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Oh,
How are you feeling in this moment?
Good. I feel like a sense of relief for myself, because I feel like that's always been a lingering question that Olivia wanted to ask, and we just didn't create the space for it to happen. But it needed to be said, and it needed to be answered in an honest way. And I just want you guys to realize, though, like there's always room to make up, right? Like just because me and your mom have been separated, there's still nothing that I like I'm grateful for your mom. I'm grateful for who she is. I'm grateful for how she treats you guys. I'm grateful for how she shows up for you guys, and I'm grateful for the man that she remarried, right? Because now our village is 3 times stronger than what it was, and so yeah, I feel really.
So now that it seemed like we got one of the harder pieces out, right? let's let's talk about some core memories. Y'all know what core memories are, obviously, because y'all inside out and got all of us hooked, right? So when you think about core memories, take a minute too. Like, I know we don't usually pause on here, but take a minute to think about a core memory that is like one of your funniest moments with your dad. Think about one of those core memories that lives rent free. And when you think about it, you're like, oh my gosh, like my dad is crazy. Like, what is a fun core memory you have of you and your dad, or just your dad in general?
I remember we were like, this is like really random. You'll remember when we were like on a walk. It's not really funny. It was just like random. Like, and we were on a walk, and we were all me, Tyler, and my dad were on a walk, and I don't know, like,
Just say the memory.
it's so stupid.
It's your dad.
Exactly. And we both just like got on the shoulders, and it started raining, and then we kept like walking, which is like, it's really dumb and it's really like stupid, I know, but I don't know, I just love that like moment because it was really small, but it was really like it. I keep thinking about it continuously, and it was just, I don't know,
So pause. So let's not label it, dumb for others, because we don't get it. It meant something to you. It did something, and it lives in you. Do you think that it's because it brings you a feel good that made you feel safe?
yeah, yeah, because I think just being around my dad just brings me a lot of joy, and I genuinely love being around him. So that, like, not like in that moment specifically, was just like it felt really peaceful, and I just loved it.
I love that for you. You know what? And Tyler, I know you were gonna go next. I want to say, because you shared that part, I know we were talking about like a funny moment, but I have a core memory that I've heard about that I still think about, and it was a time that you and your dad were hanging out, and you rubbed your feet on them, and and it did something for him. And remember, I've been here before y'all were born, so knowing your dad prior, and even in the midst of becoming a father, and all those things, I remember seeing how your dad lit up when he told the story. Where before, if it was me rubbing my feet on your daddy,
Shit, cussed out.
not to test that theory. And I feel like I remember how he felt. So I wanna encourage you to not think anything small of those moments, because those are the moments that will help you in hard times. That moment, and now that's going to be a memory for me to continue to explore with you about what you really felt when you were walking and it rained and it was quick, but it was yours.
Yeah.
So owning that moment. What about you, Tyler? What about your core memory?
Right now, at this age, well, right now, the only memory I can think of is when I was going to my sixth grade dance, and we were pulling up to my friend's house, and I got out of the car, and then I just saw like daddy there. I felt really happy because I was like, one, glad he was there to support me and like see me go and have fun at the dance. I feel like that's just, it's very small, but it's like, it's very impactful for me because, yeah, I don't know why, but it just has that feeling inside. It just,
Well, it's because it's a feel good. And again, I feel like the older you get, you'll be able to label things, and you'll be able to organize your thoughts and put them in these like little mental pockets, right? Like, I have these memories that contribute to some of the sad times for me, and then I have these pockets that gets me through sad times, right? Like the sad times that happen, and then these happy ones that get me through the sad times. And then you're going to create memories where you didn't realize that was a memory until you smelt something, felt something, heard a song, and then those are those miscellaneous thoughts, right? Where it's like, I didn't even know that. I don't know if I remember that.
Yeah.
So as you guys get older, I hope that if you haven't already started journaling, get a head up on some people, like get that foot in the door past people your age where you start creating space to have these core memories recorded for yourself because you just never know when you're gonna need them.
I have a question. How do you guys feel having a little sister?
Oh, I love her. She's my favorite.
Okay.
But
No, well, let me preface that, like, because obviously I know you guys enjoy it, but how do you feel like? Do you feel like time is taken away from you guys because someone else is added in, or like, are you okay? Like, what is the feeling behind that?
I'm okay with it. I mean, it's not like she needs the attention. Like she's young. She's like she doesn't even know how to process information. So obviously she's gonna need more attention, which I'm perfectly fine with. I like being alone, but like, but yeah, I don't really. I don't think there's less attention. The one thing I will say though is, as she's growing up, I'm kind of scared because we don't live here with you. I'm kind of scared that she's gonna like know me, like I'm like, but she won't like know me.
Got you.
Like, but
Got
yeah.
you. And that's a fair fear, and that is why we do the FaceTimes often, because I know you guys have busy schedules, but FaceTime between you guys and us, and obviously Asa, because she's next to us all the time, is important, right? Because when you guys are off the phone and she looks at your pictures on the refrigerator, is sissy, call sissy, call sissy, call sissy. But along with that, I want you guys, because it was this was a thought for me, a few months back, and hoping that you guys didn't feel like, I guess, attention was taken from you guys, because it's three. It's three, and obviously I know she requires, Asa requires so much more attention because she's a baby. But I also want you guys to know that each of you guys have a compartment within me that I am have reserved for the times that you need me for that additional support or whatever the case may be. And it's funny that Misha brought up the whole feet thing, but specifically what she's talking about is when I was playing the video game in Compton. You just came and sat on the couch, didn't say anything. You were just on your phone, but you put your toes on top of my toes. But then you hate when I put my feet on you, so I was kind of confused. But then I also had to remind myself, like, this is the way you want to connect. This is the way how you're trying to connect with me, and it's gonna look different at this teenage stage, right? Like it is going to look different.
So what about the way I want to connect?
Nah, we ain't worried about you. We ain't worried about you. But yeah, I just want you guys to know that you guys are all three of you guys are my babies. Like,
three as in us?
No, you know. And part of it is just, unfortunately, I didn't have a rule book to this thing called, it's not like I came from a house that was well put together. It was not like I took on traditions from my parents to possibly pass down to you guys, and positive traditions. It was me really trying not to pass on the trauma. And so, yes, I stepped away, but I stepped away with the intentions that I didn't want to pass on any negativity, because you guys are still my babies. And because I wasn't with your mom, that didn't stop how I felt about you, the length I will go for you guys. And so I just didn't have no rule book. And fortunately, it came later which then allowed me to create this for us. And so yeah, because one of the previous episodes I mentioned about flex, my biggest flex was buying a home so you guys can go off, explore, and if you got into any trouble, you can come back home. I didn't have that opportunity. And so yeah, that's just wanted to.
I didn't even want to stop you because it made me think about how much do they know about your story? How much do they know about your upbringing, right? Because I think what it does, it gives you that opportunity to realize how much you have in comparison to what you wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So have you guys ever talked about your dad's childhood or asked about his childhood? Do you guys know your dad used to be in foster care?
Girl.
What?
Yeah.
So one, if there was a takeaway from this space for y'all, one, it'll definitely be explore your dad's childhood with him. There's a lot of us that didn't have an opportunity or don't have an opportunity to get deep with our fathers. And I think that is what I love about what you do have with your father that you're still discovering. Is one, he's an open book, right? He ain't perfect, but he's an open book. But he has a story that I think it will benefit you all to know in depth. Because one, you're going to discover stuff about yourself that comes from that story. Because you're going to learn certain strengths and characteristics that are in your DNA because of what your dad has survived and been through. So that's, if you don't get a chance to do anything else, I would say do that exploration. Like explore his childhood, explore his adulthood, explore his resilience. Like your dad has a resilience that a lot of people would not have survived, you know. But all that to say is if you're ever seeking how much your dad loves you, hear his story so you can see where his love comes from. Because that is something that is so deep in us. Like even with you, you were born first. So I had the opportunity of holding you and having you for a year and a half. And our bond was different. And then when Tyler got here, it looked different, right? She was like not fooling with me. And I say that to say it took me learning how to be the auntie to you to have the patience for a child that didn't accept me in the beginning, right? So those are examples of sometimes you have to go through certain things so that you can discover how to be in other spaces in your life. And your dad's story is going to help you. So Father's Day is coming up. We're touching on some deep topics, and I know we have a small window, and it's such a bigger piece out here. What is 1, 2, 3, however? What is something you absolutely love about your dad?
He's just funny. He's just really stupid.
I said love.
No.
It's like a good way.
Like a good way. Like he whenever I'm here, I'm always like happy. Like I'm always laughing because of him.
And I'm grouchy too.
Yeah, you are.
That's just part of it. That's just part of it.
Like I don't know. It's just like fun to be here and listen to you sing and just laugh at you with Tyler. And I don't know. It's just fun. Like I just love it.
What about you, Tyler?
Okay, so 10 out of 10 singing. Like
10 out of 10 won't recommend. 10 out of 10 come again.
10 out of 10 won't recommend.
Thank you.
So that's one. Then probably like probably like how
Girl.
probably how like he like talks to us. He's very like stern, but he's also like gentle and like he doesn't really.
He don't threaten to kick y'all out.
No. He'll be.
Wait. Okay, and then my last one. He's funny because he also makes us coffee, and I think that's what brings on the morning jam. So yeah.
So it's safe to say, at the end of the day, you wouldn't trade your dad for nobody
I
else.
would never trade.
No.
Ugh.
Well, with that being said, only have one thing to say.
Why
Why
be
be negative? Happy Father's Day.
Hey.
Hi, this is Tyler, and you're watching Why Be Negative.